This is a clip of 4 young people coming together to discuss what the military has to offer.
They will be discussing education, pay, travel, and housing benefits. So enjoy the presentation.
Finishing up high school and I want to continue in college, so how does that apply to the military?
Well, if you decide to go in and go into the military first, they'll actually have some stuff called tuition assistance, and then they'll pay for your school while you're in, and all you have to do is pay for your books.
So they're paying for school. What do I do then?
You just do 4 years of service, and then another way is the GI Bill. So the GI Bill pays like for when you get out of the military, they'll pay for all of your school, and all you have to do, they give you food for housing, and then they also give you money for your books and everything else, and then pay your tuition. So
if I was wanting to go to like private school and like be a missionary or something like that, would that apply still? Would they still pay for it? I mean, like it has nothing to do with military or anything. They'd still do it.
they would pay up to the max amount that they'll pay for any state school, up to the highest cost of tuition of that state. And then if you decide to go to private school, they'll pay them all that money. And a lot of private schools are actually taking that as full cost of payment rather than making you come up with the difference.
And so I could go to any college of choice.
Pretty much.
There's over 300 colleges on the list that will accept military pay, so it's pretty much anywhere.
So will they move you bases like to near that college, or like do you have to take it online, or?
If a lot of people choose to go to classes either online or one that's where they're stationed at the time. But once you're out, they'll move you anywhere in the country that you want to move to.
Oh wow, okay.
So speaking of moving, where would I get stationed? How does that work?
You're
Go ahead.
based on what your profession is in the military, depends on what base you'll be going to. But you'll have opportunities to go to all kinds of different bases, TBY. You can hop on Space A flights, which are space available flights. If there's a spot available on that aircraft that's going somewhere, you can be on a waiting list or sign up list and go on those trips if there's a slot open. And there's always flights going everywhere, so it's
So
really
I
good way
could
to
go
see.
overseas.
Yeah.
And those flights are entirely free. And then they also have where you can take, if you do ever get married or anything, you can take your family with you. So people go to Hawaii and stuff all the time, just randomly. So it's nice. Free trip to Hawaii. Love it.
Is there like a certain amount of time you stay at a certain station? Like, can you what if you like it really like a lot and you want to stay longer? Like, is there any way you can stay at that station, or like how does that work?
There's a lot of programs in place to where if you want to stay somewhere, you can stay there for a longer period. You may not stay there forever. You're probably not going to stay there forever, but you can stay there for longer than the intended 4-year tours. So if you try and finish school, so.
And what about pay? What will I get paid?
The military has the first 4 ranks are guaranteed. You're going to get those ranks. Everything after that, you have to test for it, but it's not that hard to test for them. And the military has more vacation time than almost every other civilian job there is, and we have lots of off time. There's always family days. There's usually at least one every month.
You get paid vacation.
Yeah, paid vacation.
30 days a year, so you can't get that anywhere else. And then, like you were saying, family days, and then all federal holidays you get off. So anything, when you look at a calendar, if it's in the red, you get it off.
And so what about housing? What would my living conditions be?
Well, housing is free if you live on base. They can provide it for you, or if you decide to move off base, then they'll pay you money to pay your rent.
The money's based on the cost of living per area and what the average housing is. So usually, for the most part, they'll give you enough money for your area to pay for your rent.
So do you go to work every day and work all day? Or do you have off time?
There's a lot of off time available to you, depending on your work schedule. Everything, your job will depend on how much time you get off. You get most federal holidays, but like my work schedule is I work Monday through Friday one week and then Tuesday through Friday the next week. I actually get every other Monday off by working 9-hour days.
Is that hard with like school? Like, do they make it more flexible, like working in school? Because I know in like right now I'm working full time, going to school full time. It's like so hard to balance. Like, do they make that a good balance or?
They do try and make it easier for you to go because they want everybody to get their education. Education is pushed very much in the military. So if you talk with your work centers, oftentimes they'll work with you and work with your hours and maybe adjust your hours so that way you can take a class if it happens before, or if you need to get off 30 minutes early, maybe they'll shorten your lunch or whatever, so that way you can go to that class.
And so I hear about PT. What is it?
That basic training, they'll build you up so that you meet the physical standards. And once you're out, the base gyms are well equipped, so you'll be able to maintain your physical fitness at the base gyms. It's not hard.
And there's like annual tests you have to take, like to make sure that you're like
Yeah.
good shape and stuff.
You start testing, I guess it's every 6 months. I know it is in the Air Force, I'm not really sure what it is in the Army, but you test every 6 months, but the tests really aren't that hard to pass because they do a good job at giving you time to work out. You work out as a group at least 3 times a week, plus the base gym is open and available for you like most of the time. It opens up real early in the morning, closes really late at night, so it's very flexible time to go.
Can it keep you from being promoted if you like keep not passing it?
Yes.
It can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but physical fitness is important, but it's it's a mindset of being healthy, and the test isn't set up for you to fail. It's just set up for you to lead a healthy lifestyle. And as long as you maintain a healthy lifestyle, the test is not hard or something that you're trying to cram to pass.
So if you're playing sports, can that count as PT, or is PT a set type of training?
PT, you can often play sports. I know we'll have sports days sometimes where we'll go play volleyball or basketball or volleyball, or if it's inside, we'll do it's cold outside, we'll do something inside. But if it's really nice outside, we'll go outside and play like football or something.
Thanks, you guys. I have a lot to think about.
Yeah, I would go check out one of those recruiting centers. I'm sure they can give you a lot more information than the 3 of us can.